Hi friends, in the last session we have started the concept called we have discussed that global keyword. Okay, we have discussed the concept called global keyword. So let me remind one time for the global keyword, and the next I will explain about the recursive function. Friends, if you are watching my channel for the first time, please subscribe to my channel. It gives me more encouragement and I will create more videos on technical. And if you are having any questions or queries or any type of technical with respect to data science libraries and Python, Java, Linux, so any type of technology, if you are having any type of requirement, just post your query in the comment section or reach out to my email ID in the given description. Please subscribe to my channel if you are watching for the first time, and it gives me a more encouragement to me. Okay, so just I'm going to remind for the last topic one more time, and next I will explain that recursive functions. Okay, so first observe here recursive, global keyword means we can use global keyword for the following two purposes. Okay, we can use global keyword for the following two purposes. Okay, and to declare global variable inside a function. Okay, to declare global variable inside function, and to make global variable. Okay, based on that I have to write one example to make global I think I have wrote in that down. Okay, so just observe here, this is one global variable. Okay, this is one local variable. In this case, if you are calling both means you will get triple eight and 10 10 because it is a local variable. In the same way, global variable and global variable. Okay, so in this case what happened means this global variable is only available, and 10 is going to replace. Okay, 10 is going to replace with the triplet, and triplet is going to be available everywhere. Okay, triplet is going to be available everywhere. Okay, next example 3. Okay, example 3, a equals to 10 and a global variable. So here also we are declaring global variable, and once you declare here, so here only global A means here global variable A equal to triple eight. In the next case 10, because why it is not a global variable means if you are not calling the function. Okay, if you are not calling the function, only this outside variable only will be available. Okay, based on that theory I wrote here example 2 and example 3. Example 4 means just you are declared only local variable. If you declare only the local variable means so in that case only one variable is available. And if you try to access the local variable which is declared inside f1 function, and you are trying to access in f2, so it is going to give error as a name error. Okay, it's going to give error as a name error, and a is not defined. Okay, a is not defined. Clear? So today we are going to discuss about the concept called recursive functions. Okay, today we are going to discuss about the concept called recursive functions. Recursive functions. Recursive functions. Recursive functions concept is nothing but what the function that calls itself. Okay, the function that calls itself is known as a recursive function. The function, the function that calls, the function that calls itself is known as a recursive function. Okay, recursive functions. Okay, the function that calls itself is known as a recursive functions. Okay, so the function that calls itself, so how it will call itself is nothing but we have to work, we have to know how the function that calls itself. Okay, that is nothing but what recursive functions. So I will explain one example just normally, then I will go for the example. Suppose here I am taking one example, factorial of 3. Okay, fact of 3. Fact of 3 means how it will consider first 3 in 3 into fact of 2. Okay, 3 into fact of 2. So once 3 into fact of 2, next it's going to what? 3 into fact of, sorry, 3 into 2 into fact. Okay, 3 into 2 into fact of 1. 3 into 2 into fact of 1. Once 2 is decremented by 1, next fact of 1. Here one more thing is 3 into 2 into fact of 1 means 1 minus 1, 0. Okay, 1 into fact of 0. Fact of 0. See, factorial means we know the number, right? 3 means 3 into 2 into 1. So in that way it's going to happen. So once after this one, 3 into 2 into 1 into, make sure factorial of 0 means 1. Okay, factorial of 0 means 1, because if the factorial of 0 is not 1, okay, if the factorial of 0 is not 1, if it is 0, something into 0 means the result will be 0, right? Something means something into 0 means the resultants will be 0. So that's why they have decided factor of 0 means 1. Okay, fact of 0 means 1. Okay, if you are mathematic backgrounds, you have idea. So why fact of 0 means if the fact of not 0, that time it's the result is going to be not total result will be 0. If it is not 0, we will get some result. So that's why they have decided like that. Okay, so the resultant will be what? 6. So we can say that factorial of 3 is means 6. That means a total factorial of n is equal to n into n factorial of 1, n into fact of n minus 1, n into fact of n minus 1. Clear? So this is nothing but what factorial means n into factorial of n minus 1. So now observe here the advantages of a recursive function. The main advantages of recursive function. The main advantages of recursive recursive functions. The main advantage of recursive functions are the main advantage of recursive function are we can reduce the length of the code. Okay, we can reduce the length of the code. Okay, we can reduce the length of the code and improves readability. Okay, improves readability. We can reduce length of the code and improves the readability. Second point, we can solve complex problems very easily. We can solve complex. Okay, we can solve complex problems very easily. Okay, we can solve complex problems very easily. Okay, so by using recursive functions, this is the advantage of recursive. So that's why everyone is choosing to go for the recursive function. Recursive function is nothing but the function that calls itself. Okay, the function that calls itself is known as a recursive functions. Okay, the function that calls itself is known as a recursive function. Okay, now observe here, I am going to write one program to find the factorial of given number. Factorial of a given number. Okay, program to find the factorial of a given number. Factorial of a given number. Program to find the factorial of a given number. Observe here, programming to find the factorial of a given number. I'm going to write the program for that. See, in the same way which I have explained here, the same way program is going to be uh, traced. Background, it is in that way only it is going to calculate. Okay. Now observe here what happening is first what I'm taking means definition. Okay, function def of factorial, def of factorial of n, def of factorial of 1 n. So first what I am doing means if n double equal to 0. Okay, if n double equal to 0, result, okay, result is 1. Okay, result equal to 1, result equal to 1. Now if not, else. Okay, if n is, we have not given n equal to 0. Okay, if n is not 0, so that time it will go to else block. It will go to else block, and it will calculate result is equal to result into fact of, okay, factorial of n minus 1, factorial of n minus 1. So, and the finally it is going to return the result. Finally it is going to return the result. Okay, so after this what happening means here now I'm calling the function, factorial function. So first I will ask factorial of 4. Okay, factorial of 4 is factorial. Okay, factorial of 4. Okay, first 5 and 3. Here also 5 and 3. 4, 5, 3. 4 factorial will get 5 factorial will get 3 factorial will get. Okay, 3 anyway we know if 3 is last one, if it gives 6, so we can say remaining 2 are also it will give correct. Okay, observe the output. Error. What is the error? Name error. Factorial is not defined. Did you mean factorial? Okay, did you mean factorial? Okay, so whatever we are taking here, just we have to take the same. Okay, now observe here. Now observe the program output. Local variable result referenced before assignment. Okay, local variable result referenced before assignment. Getting my point? Local variable result returned before assignment. So what we have to do here? Okay, here result I'm taking. So first of all, here we have to take n, because on n factorial. Okay, from on n factorial, first 3. Okay, this 3 and this value. So in that way only we have to consider. Okay, so last one 3 is 6. So when it is 6, remaining also will give correct. Remaining also it will give correct. Clear? This is nothing but what a factorial of a given number by using recursive functions. See how we are recursive happening means when first factorial of 3. 3 means here it will get. Okay, let me explain with respect to paint? See here what happened is, see what I'm doing first. When factorial of 3 means first it will go to here. Okay, 3. 3 is going to check 3 double equal to 0, false. So it will go to here. When it is here, first 3. 3 into factorial of n minus 1. Okay, n minus 1 means 3 minus 1, 2. Okay, this result will go to here again. 2. 2 double equal to 0, no. Okay, so here 2 into 2 minus 1 again. Okay, 2 minus 1, 1. Okay, this result will go to here one more time. 1 double equal to 0. 1 double equal to 0 means no. When it is no, here it will get, and one more time 2. When it is 2, next it's going to get 1. Sorry, here 1. Once it is 1, next here it is go to here, and 1 minus 1, 0. 0 means here. When 1 minus 1, 0, the resultant will be 1. Okay, when resultant will be 1 means the total result is up to here, it is calculated. Okay, the total result up to calculated here, and that result yield will come to in this area, and that is result is returning to here. That result is returning to here, and that result is printing as 6. Okay, that result is printing here as 6. Clear? So this is nothing but what, recursive functions. Okay, this is nothing but what, a recursive function. Okay, friends. So if you are having any questions or queries, please post your query in the comment section, and please subscribe to my channel if you are watching for the first time. It gives me more encouragement, and I will create more videos on technical with respect to your queries or any other challenges. Okay. Thank you, friends. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe to my channel if you are watching for the first time. Thank you.